The next thing we can do I am entirely not sanguine on my ability to generate a redstone secret door in here to get in and out of here. Um, I don't know. So if I go from here, well, for now, maybe we just do this. Let me get powered rail. And a button. There, I'll put a minecart there, and that button will fire it, and it'll go along here. It'll scoot right along here, turn, scoop up the villager, and then out that way, and then off towards the iron farm. That is the plan. And that's how this is going to work for now. We'll put a torch here on the doorway. It's already lit up on the inside. I'm not worried about this being a monster closet in here. Alright. That's getting them out once they're bred. Now, we want to get our villagers in. So let's get knock a hole here. And we'll use the stone bricks here because those are the bricks that go on the wall here. And then when we're done, we'll just put them back. And then dirt. 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 There. Alright, now before we do this, let's take one more look. And we'll come in here like this, and they'll scoot into here. And then we'll, let them out. And then we'll enclose them in, and then they'll be in here. There's not going to be any getting out. That can go away. That can go away. There we go. Nope. Pick those beds up for now because I want them on this side. This is where I want my breeding villagers to be. And then on this side over here is where I want the babies to be. Rather, they won't be over here. They're going to breed over there and then run over to here. But I don't want these two beds here right now because I'm going to move the villagers over there and I want them to bond to those beds, not bond to these beds, because otherwise they'll yeet themselves off the ledge just like the children will eventually, and I don't want them to do that. As it is, wrangling villagers is always a goat rope, so this is probably going to be, a level of entertainment. It's either going to go one or two ways. It's either going to be, turn on yakety sax, or it's going to be pretty smooth. But it's only ever one or the other. And we'll bring all this stuff back and throw it in storage, since we're coming back anyway. Powered rail. This is going to need to be powered rail, or else it's going to be an exercise in frustration. I'm going to need to bring back redstone torches too to power that rail. Or levers, but I'll just use redstone torches. Still falling off of stuff. We all have gifts. Mine apparently involves falling off of things. And we'll do that, and then one, two, three. So powered rail will activate if you we'll maintain the current speed if you put down one about every 20 blocks or so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going up a block, so we're going to want powered rail there. So then we can start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we'll have this one be a powered rail because I'm going to turn it. Powered rail doesn't turn, so you got to take that into account too. Powered rail only goes straight. Its own regular rail will turn. And I stopped counting immediately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hello, chicken. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, again. I'm going to need more regular rail. Or not many more, because I'm just coming from here. And so this is just the rail track to get them from where I've got them imprisoned right now. I'll put in a different track to get them into the iron farm when we're ready for them. Let's get some more rails. Let's get some redstone torches and a couple of mine carts. Oh, has it gotten to the stage where you're going to be starting to paint wet on wet? Yeah. That is an important point to get to realize, nope, it's time to start. It's time to stop playing with this. Rails. Alright, we'll get another stack of rails. Rails only come in 2 quantities, more than I want to have and not enough. Yep. That's true. That is 100% true. Redstone. Redstone torches. Again, there's 2 scales of redstone torch. Too many and not enough. Oh, and mine carts. Do I have any mine carts right now? How do I not have any mine carts? Oh, I have 2 chest mine carts from that tiny little abandoned mine shaft that we found. So, one of the things that they're adding in this copper drop is they're adding in the Copper Age, rather, is what the name of the drop is again. They are adding copper torches. So in addition to your normal torch, which is kind of a yellow color flame, right? And your redstone torch, which is red, you also have the soul torch, which is blue, and the copper torch, which is going to be a green. And so you now will have green torches as well. So you'll have red, blue, green, and yellow torches. And they're working on, one of the things that they're working on putting into the game is dynamic lighting. So a redstone torch will actually shed red light, and the soul sand torch will shed blue light. You know, so instead of this right now, where it's, you know, it's light, but it's not red. So like it's the object is red, but the light is not. So if I get rid of this, and put that down. See, it doesn't generate red light. Get rid of this. See, here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Well, I got a little dark corner here. See, that's not red light. It doesn't make the ground red around it, right? It's just light. It's relatively dim because redstone torches give off less light than regular torches. But with the dynamic lighting that they're putting in, that they're working on putting into the game, redstone torches will actually cast red light, and so that'll make everything around it look red. And the soul sand torches will cast blue light, and the copper torches will cast a green light, and so on, which is an interesting idea. It looks pretty neat, so we'll see how it looks like when it actually gets into. Well, the stained glass doesn't change the color of light that comes through it. It does change like the color of a beacon beam that goes through it. But like if I have a torch, although maybe with the dynamic lighting it might. That'll be interesting. I doubt it will, just because I have a feeling that maybe they hadn't considered that. Well, it'll be interesting to see. Alright, let's get the rest of this in. Hey guys. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I have a feeling that they may not have considered doing that at this stage, because the development of it seems to be fairly limited. That might be where they intend it to go. But I don't think that it's going to start there. Because also one of the primary considerations that they always have when they're adding stuff like that to Minecraft, and the reason why dynamic lighting has taken so long to come into the game, when it is a common addition in mods, in modded Minecraft, is the fact that it's resource intensive. So it will, and one of the things that they're always worried about is what effect is it going to be? Are you going to be able to do it? Are you going to be able to do it with mobile? Because the vast majority of the Minecraft install base is mobile. The largest proportion of Minecraft players play it on their phones, or their other devices. So they have to take that into account. It's the reason why it's taken them so long to get vibrant visuals put in. Was that for the longest time they couldn't figure out a way to make it work on mobile. From a marketing standpoint, it's purely. Hey, guess who didn't think about that? Good thing I noticed that before I came back. Did you see that? That rail didn't turn. If I hadn't caught that, what would have happened is we would have put villagers on the minecart line. They would have shot down here, come onto here, and then zip, shot over there, and then landed in the grass over there somewhere. Alright, that's all powered. That's good. Right, comedy, exactly. Now, that's all done, so we should be good to go. But before we do this, let's take it for a little test run, shall we? Well, I mean, it can be funny and frustrating. It would be, I would probably laugh. Especially since it's not like they would escape the minecart. It would just be like, really? Now, let's give this a little test run. Oh, already found one. go. Boop. Alright. Again. Test run. Huh. Huh? Ah, see, again. This is why we test. And another one. I did not power all these. Again, villager and a minecart. Here we go. Uh-huh. And in we're in. Good. Alright, working as intended. Heh. Oh, Kitty is helping with the puzzle, huh? Which one? There are two culprits, two potential candidates. Ah! Oh, so you have a fight going on. Okay. Alright. We are ready. What time is it? We got tons of time. Okay. It's time to move villagers. What could possibly go wrong? Now then, we're going to get in here and we're going to do this. At least. And then we're going to do this. Likely to come tearing across the room to where I'm working on a puzzle. The puzzle is in the tabletop. Yeah, but what? I mean, at least they're not already there. I thought one of them was hanging out on the table. Alright. Hey guys, you're free for a hot second. Here, get in that minecart. Alright, now you get in that minecart. There we go. Now, okay. No. Go. And it looks like we're both in. And he's on his way back now. Alright, I'm going to scoot you over here. And then I'm going to have to go get your compatriot that I just sent back. And it's going to be nighttime. Come on. Come on. Sleep. Sleep. Thank you. Alright. We got one villager up there, and we got another one that we accidentally returned to sender, so now we're going to have to go get him again. But overall, that worked fairly well. One guy getting a little lost. That's not to be unexpected. It could have gone a lot worse.
No.
Hey, buddy. Off you go.
No.
Alright. They're both in. Let me go get the glass. Alright. And him. Oh, I know what happened. Gosh darn it. Crafting. He was attracted to that crafting bench. Okay. Remember, villagers are an entertaining, assortment of fun. So now we're gonna have to troubleshoot this for a little bit. Good news is I already have a villager extraction line set up. So I should be able to just route this back around and get them back up there. Break this bed while we're at it. Because one of them might have bonded to that bed. Sometimes you do dumb stuff, and you know it's dumb right when you do it. That was one of those times. There we go. I don't know why that didn't work the first time. He must not have been right up in the corner. You get back upstairs. Alright, you be right there. And we'll do this with the other one. I am shocked that there was no mockery at that little bit of entertaining nonsense that just happened. Come on, buddy. You're just not in the corner. It's not scooping him. He's not quite in the corner. He's fighting the water flow a little bit. It worked for the first one. There's clearly something wrong with this pickup. Alright, well, save me from having to push back and forth. We're going to do that. There we go. I think it needs to be going faster. Yeah, okay. I think that's what it is. And if it's going too slow around this corner, I don't think it'll work. So I might want to have some more powered rail there. Alright, we'll deal with that in a minute. I want to get these guys up there and make sure they stay. Alright, you guys bind to that bed, those beds right there? You got some perfectly nice beds happening. Might need to wait until nighttime for them to lie down on them, just because I didn't see them sink to them necessarily. There we go. And they should be bound to those beds and stay over there. And nope. Oh. He just ran straight on down. That one is still bound to that bed over there. That other one grabbed onto one of these other ones. And now they're both down here. Okay. Moving villagers is always a joy. Is this space not big enough for them, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. This is a variation on what we did on the other server. Well, they did what we did there was we had them in this little these little 1 by prison hole, and the baby would pop up and then crawl out, and then run across. I can give them a little more room over here. As long as they can't get to the other side. I mean, right now they're doing what they're doing, which is hopping down, which I don't want them to do. I want them to stay bound to those 2 beds. I can put the iron door there. So I want to be able to get in here if I need to. Okay. Clearly something is happening that I'm not expecting, because I was not expecting the adult villagers to yeet themselves off. Alright, there's clearly some problems with this design. It's not working reliably. This isn't working reliably. He's not pushed all the way into the corner. Alright. No. Get into the minecart. There, you're in the minecart now. Off you go. Okay. This isn't that big a deal because I can do this and put a dispenser with minecarts in it here and grab them that way. So that's not that big a deal. No. Remember what I said about the frustrations of moving villagers? You Maybe a little bit more in. Get rid of that one. Alright, now. This is why so many mods, the thing that you do is that you actually pick the villagers up. Because moving villagers is such a pain. Alright. Now then. Door. Button on the wall, that works. Pop the bed. Pop. There you go. Now, do they immediately run down? Oh, you know, I might have an answer. Now that I think about it. Hold that thought. Yep, they just fell down. Okay. I may have an answer. Let me think about this for a second. Alright, I might have an answer now. I think they needed to have jobs. Now they have jobs, and they're bound to those barrels. Oh, that's precarious. Yep, I just sent him down. There, you be in that for a minute so I don't lose you. He wants to get to his job block, something bad. Yeah, villagers do that. I might have this solved now. We'll see. So they'll want to work at those workstations and then sleep in those beds, and they should be just happy right there. And actually, now that I think about it, the water... You can waterlog rails now. I'm fairly sure. Can waterlog them, but flowing water still breaks them. Okay. Alright. That's not viable. I gotta close this up. I don't know why they weren't pulling, it wasn't pulling through the wall reliably. Which is strange. Alright, but so far they are still up there. Right? Or did one of them fell down again? Alright, well, in the interest of not taking more fall damage, we're gonna do this for now. I'm clearly gonna have to figure this out. And it's 9:40 right now. So this is gonna be more thinky than I've got right now to figure out what I did wrong here and how to fix it. Because they're still making their way back down here. So for now, anybody surprised that that's how that worked out? And I just put it outside. That's awesome. Oh, in the interests of not losing my mind wrangling these guys, what we're going to do is we're going to trap them back in their mine carts. Try not to suffocate them to death on the wall like a dummy. See, glass blocks, they don't suffocate in because they're transparent blocks. Solid blocks, not so much. So that guy took a bunch of damage. Before I get you back up there, I want to make sure that the path is clear. So I know I ripped up all these rails. Alright, go on. Get up there. There. Alright, they're both contained. They're both in minecarts. Neither of them are going anywhere. And I can figure out what the next step's going to be. I'll think about it a little bit, make some tweaks. And then once I figure it out, I'll come back and implement, and then either implement those changes on stream or share what those changes are afterwards. I wonder, will they throw carrots to each other if they're both in the same boat? They might be able to. Will they breed if they are in minecarts, but as long as they're close enough to each other? Those are the two questions. Alright, so anyway, these guys are over here now and they're safe. So that's, one problem dealt with. The actual material logistics of why in the heck this setup isn't working the way I want it to is a matter of local logistics that I can figure out. Separately. But important news, they're in there. I think I'm going to find a way, if I can find a way to keep them contained. If I can keep them in minecarts or keep them in a boat, maybe I can put them both in the same boat and still have them be a breeding pair in a boat. Sex in a canoe kind of thing. And then maybe that'll solve the problem. And then the only ones that are able to move around are going to be the babies that will then yeet themselves across the thing and fall down into the water. The water will catch them at the bottom, which is what I want. I could just have one wide hole with water, then block it off with buttons down there, which then I could put in the minecart sweeper on the other side. That would work. So I guess the only question is going to be, how do I contain these two fancy lads? I'm going to have to think about that. So that's a separate thought. We've been streaming now for about 2 hours, a little bit more than 2 hours. So we're going to wrap this up here. And I'm going to bring back all this stuff that I don't want here. This bed I want here. This bed I want here. This button I might want here. The rails I want here for now. Glass, the dirt. Let's get this whole mess taken down. So wrangling villagers is always a challenge. It's one of the most frustrating things about dealing with villagers is moving them. They don't move happily or well. Alright, we're going to think about this and play around with it some more. I am not going to think about it and play around with it more right now. I keep telling myself that so that I don't, because otherwise I will just sit here and noodle through it. But we're going to save that for another time. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. No, this chest is you know, not going to get sorted. This is dump stuff. This is stuff related to the project. It's all staying here. I'm going to put that boat there, though, because I might want it. Redstone torches will stay as well. All the rest of that is fine. And we will head back. And then this line is going to stay in. That line is going to stay in, but it's going to redirect from here. This little hut is now seen the end of its operational lifespan. Villager shipping container no longer necessary. They're now contained over there, even though they're not quite doing what I need them to do yet. Shouldn't what be in rows? The stuff in the chest? I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, the chest was basically full, and then I added a double chest, the second chest to it, and so I added the extra layer, the extra inventories, and then I pulled stuff out, and so it's going to be jumbled all over the place, and I've been pulling stuff in and out. So, all right, let's pick all this crap up. So, mildly frustrating, because it didn't work the way that I wanted it to. I thought I had a good solution. I clearly did not. There was something that I did not take into account, or at least a couple of things. If I log in later, I won't find things? Why, is that because you're going to log in and move them? I mean, that structure is mostly made out of stone, so, you know. And I have fire tick turned off. Yeah, I don't have any emojis beyond stock, whatever stock ones there are. I don't even know what stock ones there are. The we'll get. I want to get some custom emotes from Shyworm, but I kind of need to wait until and unless we get to the stage that you know I can afford to pay for that kind of stuff. Um, as it is, the all the overlays and stuff, I fronted and I love them, but I can't sink more. I can't sink more money into stuff for streaming until it at least generates a little bit to cover the costs. So we will hopefully have custom emojis at one point, just not right now. No, I get it, but it's cool. I want to have the real conversation too. So you um, I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out and visiting. I really do. Um, maybe someday we'll get to a stage where we do more. Yeah, we actually do build an audience and all that stuff. But yep, have a good night, man. Take care. So we're just gonna do a little bit of last minute fiddling around here and then call it a night. You need berries. Same with you. I appreciate you, vines, for growing. I want you to have berries. All right. That's going to be it for tonight. Thanks a lot. Take care. Have a good night. And we'll see you next time.